Trooper Proctor, would you agree that from the very beginning of your investigation, you treated Karen Reed very differently than you treated the Alberts and the McCabe's in this case?
Objection.
I'll allow it. Was she treated differently?
Absolutely not. So my emotions got the best of me with that figure of speech.
Well, let's talk about your figures of speech. During the course of your investigation, your figures of speech include the following. She's a bitch.
Objection.
Is that right?
Yes.
A whack job, correct?
Yes.
A retard, right?
Yes.
Her balloon knot leaks, right?
Yes.
No ass, correct?
Yes.
She's fucked, according to you, right?
Yes.
Ass leaker. That was the word you used, a figure of speech, right?
Correct.
A girl who shits herself, right?
Correct.
And then fuck her, correct?
Correct.
Would you agree, Trooper Proctor, that you have dehumanized Karen Reed during the course of your investigation with comments and words like this?
Objection.
I'll give you this one, Mr. Jackson.
Would you agree with that?
I would say based off that language, yes.
You responded to a text message from your sister, correct? And your response was, hopefully, she kills herself, correct?
Yes.
Who's she?
The defendant.
Miss Reed?
Correct.
You literally said that you hope that Karen Reed, the subject of your investigation, the woman sitting to my left, about 7 feet from me, that she would just die, correct?
The figure of speech.
You wanted her to, the figure of speech is you wanted her to kill herself.
No.
Right?
No, it's not.
Trooper Proctor, Karen Reed, in your investigation, had quickly become a very serious problem for you, hadn't she?
Objection.
Sustained.
Proctor, it would be far easier for you to pin it on the girl who's just a whack job cunt, in your words, who you hope just kills herself, right?
Objection.
Sustained.
Shame on you, sir.
Objection.
All right, so jurors, disregard that. I've told you before, lawyers can't make comments. They can ask questions. And Mr. Jackson, you know better than
I
that.
understand. That's all I have.
Mr. Lally?
Now, when you had started with cross-examination the other day, you were asked some questions about whether or not in August of 2022 you disliked or did not like Mr. Yannetti, correct?
That's correct.
Why was that?
Well, basically, he stood up in open court and spouted lie after lie about me, called me corrupt and conflicted, dragged my name through the mud after I spent 10 plus years without a single complaint filed against me, and he had no basis or no facts of these wild accusations because there are none. This investigation was done with the utmost integrity, not just by me, but my supervisors and other troopers in my office, as well as Mr. Yannetti shows up at my sister's school yesterday in the parking lot where he's not welcomed or where people are not supposed to be, with one of their witnesses and their private investigator. And a teacher sees this, it informs Mr. Yannetti that he can't be there, and instead of saying okay and leaving, he asks, is Courtney Proctor in the building? Does she work here? She calls me to see if she was being served.
Objection. Can we approach?
Yes. Jurors, I am striking that last answer. It was probably a partial answer cut off. I'm striking it completely, disregard it. If you took notes, cross the notes out. You're not to consider it in any way. It is completely stricken from the record. And Trooper, I'd suggest you listen to the question being asked of you before you answer it.
My apologies, Your Honor.
Keep your voice up, Mr. Lally.
Trooper Proctor, let me try that again. As far as
I couldn't control my reaction in court.
Steve, do you know what he's talking about with that picture that was going on Twitter?
There's like a guy that looks like you talking to Lucky Lochran.
Aiden, that was me.
Oh, that was you. Okay,
yes,
all right. So
yeah,
that was
yeah.
you. Okay.
Any lawyer is going to prepare a witness to testify.
Standard.
I took the off day and I went down to Canton because I wanted Lucky Lochran to go through his route with me.
Okay.
Lucky Lochran asked to meet in the Kennedy School parking lot. I had suggested meeting at the DPW. I didn't know who worked there, who went to school there. I don't know Canton. I'm not a South Shore guy. I met with Lucky Lochran with my investigator. We left the parking lot. He took me on his route. We went back to the parking lot, picked up the car, and we left. He made up a conversation out of whole cloth that somebody supposedly approached me and had a conversation with me about leaving.
Something about his sister. I guess his sister works at that school. I don't know.
I have
She's like,
no idea. I have no idea. But I was a first-hand witness today to perjury by the lead investigator who is framing my client. I was a first-hand witness to that today. That explains my reaction in court.
When will Lucky be? Do you expect the Commonwealth to call Lucky, or will that just be a defense
I don't know
witness?
if they'll call him or not. I mean, he's on their witness list, but he will be a defense witness if he's not called by the Commonwealth. I promise you that.
And does his story remain the same from what we've seen in court filing?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And good for him. He lives in that community, and he will not be bullied. The truth is the truth, and I look forward to putting Brian Lochran on the stand.
Thank you so
Excellent.
much.
Thank you, David.